Mm, mm. Yo, how you doing?
Hi.
How you doing today? You all right?
Yeah, how are you?
Hey, we finally did it. I know I'm late.
Oh no,
Hey,
you're fine.
let's get to it. Kayla Tiffany, appreciate you stopping by today. Is
Of
that your real
course.
name?
Yes it is. So my first name is Kayla, my middle name is Tiffany. I just decided to go by that.
Okay, and how long you been singing?
I've been singing for my entire life. I'm not even joking. I started singing at the age of 2. I started taking my music serious. I want to say around the age of like 17, 18. That's when I started like recording in the studio. But I've always been around music my entire life. So, yep,
And how old you is now?
29.
Okay, so this been your whole life. So do you play instruments as well?
I don't. I really want to. I'm looking into getting lessons in like acoustic guitars and stuff like that because I love the sound of those and I would love to be able to play that while I'm singing. I think it's beautiful, but um I am not a multitasker either, so I have to work on that. But yeah,
Right.
my instrument is my voice.
Hey, you got a very good voice at that. Do you remember was you doing choirs? Was you doing recitals and stuff like that growing up as well?
Yes, I was. So I wasn't in like choir at church. I was doing like choir at school and stuff like that. Um, and I always did recitals. I did talent shows. Every talent show I did, I won. So it was pretty cool. That's what I was known for in school, though. The entire time that I was in school, like everybody knew me to be the girl that could sing. So, um, I don't know. It's just been me, and it's always me. Like this is just something I love to do.
Okay, so you ain't never lost one. Never lost a talent show at all.
No, I ain't never lost one. Period. No, I really haven't. I was in a pageant when I was younger, and I came in second place. So that was the first time that something like that has happened to me, as far as like talent shows and stuff like that. Um, I had never. Other than that, I had always like came in first place. Like no lie, I'm not even kidding. I have videos and stuff too. Um, I think it was because I've always been a singer, so. Um, it comes naturally for me. And my favorite thing to do is to perform more than anything. Like I love, writing and stuff like that, but performing, I just feel like it's just a natural high that I get from it. Um, so I just feel like when I go on a stage, I don't know how I am. Like when I'm in that moment, I don't even know, like I don't even have control of myself. But everybody tells me I do great. So, that's exciting to hear.
So where was you born and raised at?
I was born in New York, but I was raised out here in Charlotte, North Carolina. I moved from New York at the age of 4, so basically I'm from Charlotte. I don't know anything about New York, so I don't ever try to say I am. Um, but yeah, I was raised here, been here representing the 704.
Okay, and there's a lot of talented people came out of Charlotte. You got Fantasia, Jodeci, the baby. The list goes on out of Charlotte. So Anthony Hamilton is that too as well. What's that feeling like, man? Having all those, those figures, like those icons, those people.
Fantasia is actually my cousin, so um,
Are you related to Jodeci as well? Because that's their cousin too. That's
yeah,
her cousin.
my dad is JoJo from Casey and JoJo and Jodeci. So When I say I grew up around music, like literally that has been my life. I have a lot of family members that are talented, of course, and a lot of people that came from the city that I'm at right now. I just chose to do it on my own. I don't want to be in the shadow of anybody else. So I don't typically talk about it like, you didn't even know about it, because I don't really put it on my page or anything like that. I just want people to see me for my talent and judge me off of that, and not judge me off of where, my family came from, where I came from, you know what I mean? I just want it to be natural and authentic. I want my following to truly love me for me and get to know me before they know that side.
And is that your first cousin, second cousin?
That's my second cousin. That's my dad's first cousin.
Oh wow. Okay. So you used to go to her house or whatever, like
Yeah,
she's
when I
from.
was little, I really don't remember. But I had seen her a while ago, and she remembered me. So it was kind of weird, because it's like, of course, I see her on TV and stuff like that. But I don't remember anything because I was so young. But she like was like, "Oh my gosh, you're so grown," blah blah blah, like saying all that stuff to me. Same with Anthony Hamilton, because he was around a lot too. My mom said he was like an uncle to me. But of course, as I got older, I wasn't really like around him like that. So I don't remember stuff. Like, I was a kid, I don't have that great of a memory either. But when he sees me too, he's like, "Oh my gosh, little Kayla, blah, blah." And I'm like, dang, I wish I could remember. Like, but yeah, I was around all of them.
And are you currently close with Fantasia now, or any of them?
Um, I mean, I don't talk to them all the time, but of course, like family functions and stuff like that, when we see each other, it's all love. Like, that's just how it is.
Do you have a number in your phone basically?
No, because I don't talk to her like that.
Okay.
We're not close like that. Like, it's not something that, the only person that I talk to the most is my dad, because he's my dad. So I talk to him, but I had a rocky relationship with my family, growing up on my dad's side. And then when my mom and dad separated, I kind of was just more, around my mom's family. And of course, I have a relationship with my dad because that's my dad at the end of the day. But now that I'm older, I'm starting to build those relationships with my family again on my dad's side. So it's kind of like, when you have such a long time period away from somebody and then you're trying to rebuild, it's kind of hard, and it's that awkward stage right now. So those people, they are my family. We share the same blood. But at the same time, like, I'm not gonna lie and be like, yeah, I talk to them every day. Like, no, I don't.
Right, right, right. So that's cool though. You can tell people that yeah, Fantasia and Anthony Hamilton be coming to the family functions. They be coming to the cookout, Thanksgiving, Thanksgiving dinners and shit. That's dope right there.
Yeah.
Do your mother and father do they have voices? Are they talented as well, musically
Well,
inclined?
my dad is JoJo, so of course he's talented. My mom cannot sing, but my mom is very business savvy, and she taught me and my sister, a lot, and how to just be strong women in this world. So, I learned a lot from both my mom and my dad to become the person that I am today.
Right, right. That's dope right there, man. That's a good family background. And then you say you sing in church choirs as well, right?
Not in church. I went to church. I was never in the church choirs. Um, I was kind of, I always believed in God, but I always wanted to find a home church that I wanted to go to. And I went to a family church growing up, and it was just, as a kid, you just get bored in church. You just sitting there. Um, but now that I'm older, I found a church that I like to go to. But of course, with COVID going on and everything, I kind of just been watching it online. So I haven't been able to join the choir like I would want to. But once everything, goes back to normal, that's the first thing that I want to do. Even now, being older, I just feel like it just feels good to sing about the Lord. And, I do my R&B stuff too, but I always want to make sure that I keep in contact with my religion as well.
You remember the first song you wrote?
The first song I wrote, I'm trying to think. The first song I wrote, what did I name it? I think it was called, I can't believe I forgot the name of it. I think it was called Right Now. I used to have it on SoundCloud because it was before I did this song. I want to say I was like 16 or 17, and I had released it on SoundCloud because at the time I didn't know how to do all that other stuff. Um, and when I got like, I want to say in my 20s, I was like, let me take this down. Like, I don't like it. And people were mad at me. Like, people who listened to it, they were like, I really like it. But, you know, as you get older, your voice matures. And I don't want certain things to be out and people listen to it and think that that's me now. You know what I mean? Like,
Mm. Speaking of the voice maturing, when you went through puberty, did you like what was that transition like to find your voice? When you went
oh
through
my
puberty?
gosh. So when I first started singing, like, I just felt like I sounded very nasally. There was a lot of notes that I couldn't hit for me personally. But as I got older and like in that transition phase, I started realizing I could hit certain notes and do certain things on my voice that I couldn't do before. I was like, dang, hold on, like, where did this come from? And I started like loving my voice even more. I've always loved, you know, what I do, but I love it even more. Like right now in this moment, I just love the way my tone is and everything. Like I'm just in love with my voice. And I feel like it took me a while to get to that point because I still had a lot of growing to do.
What you feel like you need to grow in what areas?
I definitely need to continue to work on patience in this field anyways. You know, the career that I'm chasing after, you have to have a lot of patience because timing is everything. Just because you see somebody getting on doesn't mean that y'all are gonna have the same timing. And that was something that I always had a battle with because I'd be like, dang, I'm working so hard, why is it not happening for me yet? But I have to realize that timing is everything, and as long as I continue to put in this work, I know that it's gonna happen for me.
Yeah, man, it's gonna be a lot of sleepless nights, a lot of things you're getting paid for.
It's already sleepless nights.
What is the first? Right. Well, what's the first song you recorded?
That Right Now song that I was talking about, that's the first song I ever recorded. Well, no, when I was, if you really want to get technical, when I was 7 years old, I recorded, that was my first time recording a song. And it was for my dad. So I actually did the hook for him at the age of 7 years old. A lot of people don't know, but it's called Ooh Yeah, and it's me on the hook. And I was 7 years old, so I sound like such a little girl. But it was the first time I was ever in the studio. I had came to my dad's studio session, and he was like, I want you to get on this track. And he told me how to do it. He told me how he wanted me to sing it. And I was sassy because I'm a sassy person. And I was like, no, I'm gonna do it my way. And I did it my way, and they liked it and they kept it on the song. So yep, that's the first song I ever recorded.
Wow, so you've been going to the studio at the age of 5.
Yeah, basically. I just started recording at the age of 7.
Mm. So when you writing R&B music though, are you writing from your personal experience or are you just making up stories, creating
No,
stories?
I definitely write from my personal experience. Anything that you hear me talk about on any of my songs, if you really listen to the lyrics that I'm, you know, singing about, is definitely something that I went through. There's certain songs that I write about stuff that people are going through that I'm around. And I might get inspired by something that someone is going through, whether it be a loved one or a friend of mine. And I decide to write music about that too. I kind of just let the beat that I get take me to wherever I want to go to. And then whatever moment, whether it be something that I'm personally going through or something that I witnessed a friend or family member go through, then I just decide to write about it. But everything in my music is 100% like real. Whether I went through it, somebody else went through it, it's real. It's not made up.
Do you have ghostwriters as well, people to help you write, or just you just doing all the writing?
On my personal space EP, that was the first time that I had actually had somebody co-write music with me. But in anything that I do, any of my music, if I have anybody that has written for me, it's never like a full song. I'm always co-writing with them as well, or working together. Um, I always like to take other people's ideas because sometimes people hear things that you may not hear. Or if you're writing something down, let's say like you're writing a song, somebody might flip words around or add some words in and make it just, flow the way that it needs to. So it's always good. Like, I never am opposed to having somebody help me write, because I feel like, you have more than one brain in that situation, and it's really going to pop off the way that it needs to.
Why you feel like in R&B is okay, but in hip hop, it's like taboo. Like, that's precautionary. People don't want ghostwriters to help them with music. Why you think that is?
I mean, for me, I'm not opposed to, if I was a rapper and somebody wanted to help me write too, I wouldn't mind it. I mean, I know there's a lot of rappers that are still having people ghostwrite for them. I think people just look down on it because um, rapping is supposed to be so raw, and like they have rap battles and stuff like that. So people are like, oh shoot, that person not writing their own stuff. Like singing, I think they kind of look at it like it's more of a passionate lane that you're going towards, whatever. So it's like, we as R&B artists, if you hand us any kind of lyrics, whatever the case may be, it's up to us to deliver it, to make it believable. And I feel like that's what R&B artists are very great at doing, versus like a rapper. You're not singing, so you have to, it's more like you're talking, so you have to come hard with it, so people want people to write their own stuff. But for me, I don't look at it like that. I'm like, look, if the song is fire, the song is fire. I don't care who wrote it. If you delivered it the way that it needs to be delivered, I don't care who wrote it at all. Like, because at the end of the day, the delivery is what makes it.
Yeah, I tell people that all the time. It doesn't matter who make the cake. It's about who deliver it, who
Mm-hmm.
put it together, and who pieced this together.
Exactly.
Um, you see that a lot though. And why do you feel like a lot of R&B singers from the past, like the '90s and the early 2000s, didn't withstand? Like, why you feel like their careers fell off? Like, they didn't have longevity as they should. There's a lot of talented people in the '90s.
Mm-hmm. It definitely was. I just feel like every, generation that comes along, there's something new and something different. And a lot of the older artists tend to stick to their style. And it's not always that they fall off. Because there's a lot of older artists that get their music sampled in the new artist music, and they get called up to come and work with this new artist. um I just feel like with the new generations, they want to hear their type of music. So the old school artists, unless you made a complete classic, all your other songs are kind of gonna be in the shadows. But it's never, I don't ever look at it as anybody falling off. I'm always just like, you know what, generations, come and go. We have new generations, we have new sounds that we want to hear. The older artists are more of mentors for the newer artists, because they've already went through it. And even though we're in a whole new different generation, we go through similar things too. So I never look at it as them falling off.
What space do you look at R&B right now? What space do you feel like it's in? Do you feel like it's in a good space, a bad space, a void, or is it lacking? Is it lacking substance? Like, what space you think it's in?
I want to say it's lacking substance. Everybody has their own style when it comes to R&B. um but I do feel like nobody's making true, like, baby making music, and that's where the generational divide comes into. Now this generation, they just want to hear, that first of all, they want their songs to be completely short. The attention span is, super short in this generation. So
Facts.
that also takes away from the passion that you could put into a song, because you have to do it within a certain time span. When back in the day, they had hooks, bridges, everything. You barely hear bridges in songs now. So I think not necessarily that it's lacking substance, but everybody's like, where is the real R&B? Where is the real R&B? Because everybody is craving that old sound, but they still want it to be modernized. So it just has to, that's what R&B right now is missing. Just bringing in that old sound again, but just making it modern to fit this generation. Um, and I do think that people need to bring back bridges and stuff like that. Just make the songs a little bit longer. I know attention spans right now are short, but if your song is fire, I feel like people, I know for me, when I'm listening to an R&B song and I want more of it and it's cut off so short, I'm like, dang, where's the rest of it? Like, I want more, I want more. So when your song is fire, I feel like it could get away with going past the typical 2 minutes or whatever.
I hate when R&B singers does interludes. I hate when R&B singers do this.
You
I hate
don't
when
like
any.
interludes?
I hate it because it's like, damn, like why you didn't finish it? Like
Yeah.
why leave us with a cliffhanger? Like
Mm-hmm.
I hate it. Only time I like it when you do the interlude, how people do the interlude, and then the next song after it is the original song.
Yeah.
But sometimes I like how the interlude sounds better than the original song.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. And sometimes people do interludes to leave you hanging like that. Um, you don't always want to give everybody everything you got. And when I say that, it's because if you give people everything that you got, then eventually you're going to be watered down. People are going to be like, oh, there's no excitement in this person no more, unless they're just your fan in general. So I feel like even simple things like interludes, it kind of gives people that like, dang, I want more, I want more. What other songs are they going to have on this album? Let me check it out. So it kind of makes you crave more of it. Um, and it's up to the artist to come with some heat after that. You know what I mean? But I've always felt that way about interludes too. Like I'll be hearing some fire interludes and I'm like, dang, I wish this was a full song. And then you got to keep replaying it over and over again.
Especially if you listen to Mary J. Blige's first couple albums, man. Those interludes was fire. I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
damn, Jesus, man. I ain't never in my life rewind interludes. Like,
Yeah.
oh shit, let me go back. Uh, and speaking of classic R&B, like, do you feel like those R&B singers in the '90s, if you insert them in this day and age, do you think they would be able to last? If they would have come back right now, do you feel like they would last in this generation? Kind of like,
I think they can. I think that they just have to really study what kind of music this generation is listening to and find a way to still keep their original sound, but just come with something that's going to be catchy for this generation. Because that's all it really takes. You just need a catchy song at this point, something that's going to grab people's attention. As an older artist, you don't want to come into this generation with your same sound and nothing has changed about it. You got to grow with our generation too. I mean, Beyonce is a very good example. I know there's some people who don't like her, and then there's people that absolutely love her. But Beyonce is an older artist, but she knows how to grow with the generations that come. And that's something that I can honestly say about her. I love Beyonce. So just to see that every generation that we, come into, she brings a hit and it's always something that fits in that moment. You know what I mean? But she still stays true to herself.
I feel like that song she did with Frankie Beverly Maze was trash. I'm gonna say it. A lot of people don't like
I liked it. I was nice. I think it's nice. But everybody
it.
has
It was
their opinions
trash.
about stuff like that. Um, and that's always going to be something that's going to be the narrative forever. Like, people either going to like something or they not. But I think that, I thought it was a good song.
I feel like she made better music with the group though. What you think?
I've always, like I said, I've been a fan of hers. So I think I like her music with the group and without. I think she just did good all around. But like I said, there's people who, will combat that and be like, I don't like her now, blah, blah. I just think that she just has an amazing voice and she was great with the group. They were all good together and she was good by herself too. It was two completely different, sounds too, because with the group, she had other voices that were singing with her, and then on her music it was just her by herself, so it's going to be two completely different sounds.
Who you feel like some of the best vocalists you heard so far? Our generation has ever seen the best vocalist.
Definitely Michael Jackson. I don't care what nobody say. Well, I know nobody got to say nothing bad about him because he is amazing. Whitney Houston, I love Whitney Houston. Um, her vocals are crazy. Right now in this generation that I feel like a lot of people don't speak on, is Ariana Grande. I feel like, a lot of people compare her to Mariah Carey, and they do sound similar. But
No,
Ariana Grande, I think they sound similar because they hit certain notes. There's a lot of people that don't well, not even a lot of people. Ariana Grande and Mariah Carey, those two, they hit the highest notes that you could possibly think of. Like, and I think that's where the comparison comes in. But you have to disagree. It's okay though. But I think for me personally, because I listen to Ariana Grande and I listen to Mariah Carey.
I love Mariah Carey. I think she's better than Beyonce.
I mean, they have two different voices. For me, I look at it like that. I never like to compare people just when they have two different voices. Beyonce has more of a lower tone, and then Mariah Carey is very high. So it's like, it's hard to compare two people when their voices are different. It's just either you like that sound or you don't. But I definitely think that, I mean, Mariah Carey too. Mariah Carey is one of the best singers that I've heard as well, though. All around, because she hits some of the craziest notes that I wouldn't even be able to hit ever. I know for a fact.
Right. Mariah Carey got a beautiful voice.
Yeah, it does.
I was about to say Donnie Hathaway, R. Kelly. R. Kelly got an amazing
Yeah,
voice.
R. Kelly. Yeah, R. Kelly. I mean, regardless of anything that he's done in his personal life, his voice is amazing.
Faith Evans. Faith Evans don't get enough credit.
Faith Evans definitely doesn't. She's actually one of my favorite artists. I grew up listening to her, and she definitely doesn't get enough credit. Her voice is absolutely amazing. She's just all around.
And Kelly Price. Kelly Price got a good voice as well.
Yeah. Kelly Price. Kelly Price is definitely good too.
And another thing is T-Boz. I don't think people mention it, but T-Boz was the lead singer in TLC, and they was one of the hottest groups on the planet.
Yeah, but they still get recognition now, I feel like. I mean, a lot of people, it's not something that you hear about every single day, but they inspired a lot of artists that are out right now. I feel like people fail to see that. Yeah, like, the older artists may not be in the news every single day or whatever the case may be, but they inspired a lot of these new artists that are out right now topping the charts. So you have to look at it like that too, like, even though they're not making music that's fit in this generation, in this moment, they've inspired and they probably have mentored a lot of these artists that are out right now.
Right. I totally agree. And Kelly Price don't get enough credit as well. Like she did that Heartbreak song with Whitney Houston, classic song by the way as well. That generation.
Yeah, Jasmine Sullivan.
Jasmine
Sullivan is oh my gosh, her voice is crazy good.
She got an amazing voice. She has an amazing voice. It's somebody else I was about to thinking of. Mary J. Blige. I'm gonna say Mary J. Blige because her voice is unique. It's another one too. Mary J. Blige. Mary J. Blige. Okay, what else I'm thinking of? I'm gonna just leave them two right there. I'm gonna leave it right there. Yeah. Donnie Hathaway. I say Donnie Hathaway. I already said that. Right? I said him. Yeah, those are the ones right there. I think like they don't get enough credit though. Cause I think people just forget about them. It's all about what's hot now.
Yeah, definitely.
It's all about that. So, how was your childhood career like growing up?
I mean, my life was crazy growing up because I had to experience a lot, like, of what my dad was going through with his career. So I was going like on tours with him and stuff like that growing up. And I always felt like I was getting judged in school too because of the fact of who my dad was at that time when I was younger. He was in his prime, so people were like, oh, you get whatever you want, you this, you that, blah, blah. It was never easy for me, going into school. People always had these judgments about me before they got to know me. But my childhood wasn't horrible either. Like, I had a lot of good moments too. And growing up, I was finding myself and finding what I was passionate about as well. Like I said, I've always done music. So when I had first started writing, I was doing poetry first before I, actually started writing music. And one day I was like, why don't I turn these into songs? And then that's when I started writing, my own music. So growing up, I found out what I really loved and what I was passionate about.
Okay, that's it. That's dope. Aaliyah. I forgot to mention Aaliyah. God,
Oh
dog.
yeah,
She had an amazing
Aaliyah.
voice. Beautiful voice.
I was like, I literally thought I was Aaliyah when I was younger. Like, I loved her so much, and then when she passed away, it really, really, really affected me. Like, I was just so sad because I just couldn't believe that something like that happened to her, you know. But she definitely left a legacy.
Or Left Eye. You know, what happened to Left Eye was
Hmm.
crazy. Uh, terrible situation. Very, very. I feel like it was gone too soon. Legends gone too soon.
Hmm.
Are you freaking in real life like you are in your lyrics?
um, that's something that, you know what? I told you. What did I say about my lyrics? I said everything I write is what about real life situations. So that's how I'm gonna just leave it like that.
Because in the song "Come Closer," that's a very explicit song. That's a very explicit song. Can you explain that
Which
song for
song?
me? Come close. Come closer. I think
Or
come
come
closer.
through?
Come
Come
through.
through?
Excuse me.
Yep.
Come through. So you could tell the way he walked was in his pants. Can you explain that lyric for everybody?
Oh yeah. So, I mean, it's not really much to explain. You know how guys look at girls when they walking around and they wearing their jeans or whatever, and they're like, okay, like she got a fatty, blah blah. I mean, girls look too, okay? When guys be wearing them little gray sweatpants and stuff like that, we be looking.
Nike gray sweatpants and stuff like that. Joggers.
Period. Period. So, yeah, that's what I meant by that. I'm very, I like to speak the truth in my music. I like to say things that people are afraid to say.
Right, right. Do you have sex to your own music?
Do I what?
Do you have sex to your own music?
You out of control. Um, nope.
It took a long time to answer that question. That's okay. So, as an arm, I'm assuming you like thugs and bad guys, right?
What?
You
Come
like thugs.
on. Why you think that? Why you assume that? I gotta ask you that.
Because R&B singers like that.
No,
R&B
that's
singers.
not true. I like, I don't discriminate. So if somebody, it's more of a personality thing. If you can make me laugh, you got me.
If he can make you laugh, he can make you moan.
Come on, you out of control. You out of control, yo.
You saying you don't like
Next.
thugs. So you don't like thugs. What you saying? You don't
I
like
never
thugs.
said I never said I didn't like that. I said whoever can make me laugh or whoever I can have a good time with. So if he happened to be a thug, then I mean, hey.
Have you dated thugs in your past?
I mean, I wouldn't say thugs. Like, I mean, what is your definition of that?
I like how you trying to flip it around.
No, because I'm trying to figure it
Trying to
out. I'm
flip
trying to
it.
figure it out. Everybody has a different definition. I mean, like,
What young boys doing? Breaking the law, constantly out of jail, multiple baby mamas, in and out of jail, felonies, stuff like that.
oh, no, then no.
Selling drugs, scamming, trapping, all that good stuff.
I mean, I ain't never seen it around me. So if I did date a thug, I ain't know about it.
Well, R&B Valentine's Day just passed though. Did you have a Valentine?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, so you're in a relationship. Well, that was you was on the
I
okay.
ain't say that.
Oh,
I ain't say that. I said I had a Valentine's. No, yeah. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what I would call it.
so how did your Valentine's Day go? Was it good, bad? Or...
It was chill. I spent my Valentine's with my son.
Oh, I like how you did it. That's lit. That's lit. So, what are some of your worst Valentine's Days experience?
I never had a bad one for real.
You know that bad one?
Nah, I'm not lying or nothing like that. I'm a very simple person. I don't require much. Just, as long as you show me that you care about me, I don't need materialistic stuff and, things like that. I'm not like pressed about that. So I never really had a bad Valentine's.
What's the worst date you've been on?
Mm.
I want you to give me three bad date experiences, three awkward bad date experiences that ended well, that didn't end so well.
Oh, I don't know. Um, I mean, I had one where it was the first time that I had like hung out with this guy. Like we had met, you know, while we were out around our friends, and it was our first date. And he was trying to like tongue me down, and I'm like, hold on now, like I don't do that on the first date. Like, you know, we got to get to know each other more. And he was trying to move really fast or whatever. And I kind of had to like text my homegirl. I was like, you know, text me or call me and say you need me, like, because I need to get out of here. Like, he's doing too much. And
Where
so
you was at?
we were at a restaurant.
Why is he kissing you in a restaurant? That's rule number one.
Because I don't know. I can't speak for him, but I know that I didn't talk to him after that. I just felt like he was doing too much.
Oh wow.
Way too much.
Rule number, well, I ain't gonna say that. I ain't gonna give up my secrets on here. But I know one thing: I ain't gonna touch on no woman in public because I ain't gonna touch her if I can't make no move on you. So that's rule
I
number
mean,
one.
if it's your girl and you want to do stuff like that, cool. But if we on like a first date, like I'm gonna need you to relax. Like let's get to know each other first. It don't always gotta be like that, you know.
Let's have a small talk first. All that good stuff, ain't it?
Exactly. Like,
Maybe you want to cut to the chase though. He was like, "Fuck the small talk." You know
okay, well, no, I'm not the one for that. Go find somebody else then, because I'm not the one for that. Nope.
All right, give me two more bad experiences.
I mean, I went on a date with this guy and everything was going good actually. But then it was time for us to go. He wanted to take me out to dinner, so I'm like, okay, cool. We had went to the movies. He was like, let's go out to dinner after, blah blah. So I'm like, okay, cool. We go out to dinner. Like I said, I'm not a materialistic type of person, even down to food. I don't go crazy on the menu. So I got something small, whatever. He got something, whatever. When the bill comes, his card declined. So he like, oh shoot, you know, when they played off, they're like, oh man, hold on real quick. Let me try to he like, oh man, hold on. Let me call my bank. Like like what? Like what? So I'm like, you know, it's okay. Like if some, you know, things happen, people go through stuff. If you struggling right now, like I'll take care of it. Like whatever. He like, oh, I'm gonna cash app you, blah blah. I got you. I'm like, okay. I ain't never hearing nothing else. Never.
Did you go on a second date with him?
No. Why would I go on a second date with him? Make that make sense. Tell me.
How old he was?
Go ahead.
How old he was?
He was probably like, I don't know to be honest.
So his card declined, so that was a no for you right there. So he was too broke for you.
I ain't say that. I think what was a no for me is, you know, like we didn't even have to go there. I didn't ask. I'm not, like I said.
What restaurant y'all went to? That's what I meant to say.
I don't know. You be look now. Why you trying to find these details out now? I don't know, but I know. Like I said, I'm not a materialistic type of person, so we did not have to go to no restaurant after he offered it. So I feel like if you offer something, then you should make sure that you good. So you asked me.
So when you dropped him off, y'all drove in the same car that night?
When I dropped him off.
I mean, when he dropped, so y'all drove in the same car? Y'all had separate cars?
No, I drove separately. I make sure to do that. If I'm going on a first date with a guy and I don't know you like that, I'm driving separately. We can meet there. Like people are really creepers out here. Like you don't know what is in somebody's mind. I'm not jumping in nobody's car.
Nah, women pick and choose. I bet if Drake DM you right now, come fly you out, you gonna come take that. You know what I'm saying? So,
Drake?
Yeah, Drake. Yeah.
Nah, you really nah. Look, I like Drake's music and all, but if he try to fly me out, if it's not about music and he trying to do something else, I'm not doing that.
I understand. Give me one more experience.
Nah, I don't got another one.
Okay.
All my other dates been good. I don't go on a lot of dates like that. I don't.
You do a lot of Netflix and chilling or something? Like sneaky links?
Sneaky links?
Yeah.
You got me crying right now. Sneaky links? Nah, I don't do sneaky links. Nah, I just be chilling. I'm really focused on my music right now. Like, that's what I'm focused on.
Do you shoot your shot at guys?
I mean, yeah, I'm not afraid if I find somebody attractive, yeah, I'm gonna say something,
How you shoot your shot?
but how I shoot my shot,
Yeah, how you do?
I mean, if I find somebody attractive, I'm just gonna be like, I mean, hey, I think you're cute. Like, what's going on? Like,
You go DM and say that, or you gonna say
look,
it? How you shoot your shot in the DMs? I want to
why
know
you
that.
asking me all of this? Look. I don't slide into people's DMs. I can't really say what I would do. I haven't had to do stuff like that. Normally, I'm a flirty type of person. If I find somebody attractive, I will flirt around. So it'll have to be something, face to face, and then I'll kind of wait for them to grab the bait. I'm not afraid to, you know, say that I find somebody attractive, yes, but I'm more of just like a flirty type. Like I like to kind of play a little bit like hard to get, but also too leaving that window open for them to know like, okay, she feeling me. Like it's not a question in it like, dang, I don't know if she feeling me or not. Like no, like she feeling me. But I kind of want them to make that move. But I'm not afraid to make that move. I just would want them to do that.
You get approached more in person on your DMs.
I mean, it's both. It's both for real. With COVID going on, I don't really go out anyway, so people gonna be in my DMs, but I don't be worried about stuff like that. Like I said, I just be worried about my music. Like I
So,
don't,
like,
huh?
give me them those media trained answers right now.
No, nah, it's the truth though. It's the truth. It's
So
the truth.
you married
When
to
you
your
when
music?
you trying to go when you trying to go after a goal and you really trying to achieve that goal, you don't have time to be entertaining people. That's
Stop
gonna
it.
always be there. That's gonna always be.
Stop. That music
I'm
can't
trying to
hold you.
get to the bag.
That music can't hold you at night though. That music can't do for you like a man can do for you.
That music is going to get me to my career, to where I'm making my money, and then
But
I
you
can
gonna be
I can
50
make
one
a
day.
blanket out of my money and wrap myself in that at night.
But you gonna be 50 one day. What is the
Okay,
music? What I'm saying though, if you ain't got no man, you got all that money. What is that gonna do for you though?
I'll be set. I'll make sure my kid is good, and I'll be good on a private island sipping tea.
Hey, you gonna be listening?
A man is not a need. You know what I mean? Like it's.
Oh shit, you a part of
I
the
mean,
feminist
no,
movement.
it's the
You
truth.
part of the feminist movement. Oh Lord,
No,
let's
no,
move on.
look.
You part of that feminist shit.
I'm raising a man. I got a little boy. That's my son.
You don't need to hear that.
I don't want him to feel like a woman is a need. I want him to feel like
Y'all
he
need
can.
each other. Man and the woman need each other.
I think it's more of a want thing.
Oh,
I don't think it's a need. I don't think it's a need.
you just got your heart broken. Now you saying
No, no.
all that shit.
No, nah, nah. I mean, I've had my heart broken, yes, but it's not because of that.
So when you get your heart broken, do you listen to your own music or you listen
I
for music?
write music.
You write
I write
music.
music. Yeah, I put my pain into my music. That's what I
You
do.
do you make some of your best music during the heartbreak? I feel like celebrities make their best music on drugs or on heartbreaks.
Dang, on drugs?
Yeah. Like Eminem made some of the best music while he was doing pills.
No, I mean, I feel like as an artist, yeah, when you're going through, and it don't gotta necessarily be heartbreak, it's just anything painful in your life. You could have lost somebody that you cared about, whatever the case may be. Um, and I feel like, yeah, pain brings the best music because that's when you tap into them deep emotions. And some people don't know how to release that. Some people release that by being mad. Some people release that by being depressed. And some people release it by putting it into their art and craft. And that's how.
What's going on? Oh man, she left.
Sorry, somebody had called me. Sorry.
Nah, you good. You good. You good. You good. Uh, okay. You say you put all your pain in your music or whatever the case may
hmm
be. What is probably your most toxic trait?
Um, I would say I'm a bossy type of person. I like to be I guess like the dominant person in a relationship. Um it's very hard for me to have somebody tell me what to do. So I guess that's my toxic trait because I don't like to hear the word no when it comes to a relationship. When it comes to business, I'm more of like, okay, like I know that there's gonna be times where I'm gonna be told no and I have to understand that. But in a relationship, no, I don't wanna hear that.
You feel like you got a lot of masculine energy. I feel like you got a lot of masculine energy through this phone right now. Well, you got all that masculine energy.
I don't have masculine energy. I'm a strong minded person. That's just what it is. If that comes off as masculine, then maybe I do. But I just know what I want and what I don't want. And I stand on that.
You feel like you got like unrealistic expectations when it comes to finding a man.
No, I don't have high expectations. It's as long as you're doing what you need to do to be successful in your life, even if you're working towards some goal and you haven't reached that goal yet, because I'm working towards my goal too. So I'm not going to expect somebody to be at the top of their game and I'm not at the top of mine. You know what I mean? But as long as I see you putting in work, I mean, that's really all that matters to me. And you treat me the same way that you want me to treat you.
I mean, yeah, trying to find that good thug, smart, intelligent guy.
Thug.
Gotta find a good thug. Ain't gotta have some street in them, right? Gotta have a little
I mean,
street in 'em.
I like a street smart dude. I like for him to know how to handle
like
himself in the streets. But yeah,
like that project baby and fresh out.
project baby, no.
And you see a lot of artists come and go. Like, why you feel like fans should gravitate towards your music, like stream your music? Why should fans go stream your projects?
Um, I feel like my project touches a lot of situations in relationships and just life in general. And I feel like there's somebody's always gonna want to hear music or something like that to, kind of help them go through what they're going through. And I feel like my music can help people out with that. I feel like there's going to be a song that I create that you hear that you can relate to because at the end of the day, we're all human beings. We all go through the same shit. So I feel like in my music, I'm putting what I'm going through, I'm putting what I've, witnessed and been around into my music. Everything is raw and, real. And I feel like a lot of people just gravitate to that. And then, you know, I have a good voice. It's not like my voice is trash or anything like that. So it's just good to the ear. And then when you hear what I'm saying, I mean, it just matches up well. So I feel like that's going to draw a lot of people to listen to my music and stay listening to my music. I just keep it real. And I always want people to feel comfortable around me um, when they meet me. And for the people who can't, and for the people who can't meet me, I want them to feel that comfort in my music as well. I like for my music to feel like somebody just giving them a big hug. You know what I mean? I just want you to feel comfortable and just feel like you could just be yourself when you're listening to me.
Right, right. I mean, that always works right there. Do you feel like your looks is helping you in your career?
Um, I mean, I feel like this uh this line of work you have to worry about your image. So yeah, my looks, you know, add to it, but I feel like my talent is what really showcases more than anything. When I'm not even around and somebody plays my song, then let me see what she look like first. They saying, who's that? Her voice is dope. Like, you know, who's that? That song is fire. So it's like, I feel like my voice is really what takes me, you know, to that next level.
You did a song called Worst Way.
Mm-hmm.
That's how you like your men in the worst way?
That was about a toxic relationship because I had actually like was dealing with something like that. So that inspired me to write that song. Because I wrote that song. That song is like maybe like 2 or 3 years old now.
It's 2 years old.
Yep, 2 years old. When I wrote that song, yeah, I was going through something toxic, and I feel like a lot of people everybody goes through a toxic situation. You probably have been through a toxic situation.
We ain't talking about me. We talking about you.
Look. So when I was going through that, you know, I was inspired to write that song. Not saying that that's something that I'm currently going through, but again, like I said, I write music about stuff that's real. And I was going through a situation where we would argue, we would fight, but then when we, you know, got together and we linked up to try to talk, we would end up doing things and kind of push what we was going through to the side.
Shooting the club up.
Basically, and we would never fix our, you know, issues that we were going on in our relationship because we were so focused on.
Why was it toxic?
Because we weren't getting along with a lot of stuff. In a relationship, you don't have, you know, you expect to not agree with everything that your partner is saying or wanting to do, whatever the case may be. But it was just, we were arguing a lot, just about little petty things. I feel like also too, when you're around somebody for a while and you start to really get to know that person, that kind of honeymoon phase goes away. And that's when your relationship is tested. And if it's going to last, then it's going to last. If it's not, it's not. And I felt like in our situation, we was just arguing a lot. We were around each other entirely too much. We argued so much. And then whenever we did try to have conversations, we never got to finish our conversation. So eventually that kind of started to get old because I'm like, we still not fixing what we were going through. So we still keep having these arguments every other day. And then, yeah, we do something for a little bit and things will be fine for like a day or two, but then we arguing again. So it was just a pattern and a cycle. And eventually I was like, I got to get myself out of that.
You feel like toxic sex be some good sex?
You know what? It can be. It can be.
I like how you did that just now. Skate, bro. You pack pedaling today, bro.
Nah.
I like how you trying to skate. You trying to skate. You like skating, man. Okay. How long were you in that toxic relationship?
For about a good like 3 to 4 years.
What made you stick around for so long? 4 years is a very significant number. What made you stick around for all those period of time?
Because I loved him.
Apparently, you don't love him. You ain't with him no more.
I still got love for him.
Is that your baby father?
It wasn't. We weren't good for each other, but it was still. It's still. I don't got no issues with him. You know what I mean? We just figured out we were better as friends.
Is that your baby father?
Anyways. We're not talking about that no more.
That's good. That's dope. Then you did an album called Personal Space. Why you name it that?
Because I was in my personal space when I had started writing that, and I wanted everybody to get into their personal space when they listen to it. I wanted people to, you know, take my music and take those songs that I wrote on personal space and actually like lock in their own personal space and just vibe out. It was something that you could listen to whenever you just want to be alone and not deal with anybody being in your face and nothing like that. And I feel like all of my songs on there are a vibe. Definitely something that you could just listen to, light you a candle, drink you some tea, coffee, whatever the case may be, even some wine, hell, I don't care. And, you know, just vibe out by yourself. You don't always got to be around a whole crowd of people. And then I wrote it during quarantine, so we really couldn't be around a lot of people anyway, so it's perfect.
I read a statistic that most millennials are loners and suffer from loneliness. Do you like being lonely?
I like to be alone at times. Um, just because I'm learning to love myself more and more each day to where I'm comfortable with being by myself and I don't need to have a whole bunch of people around me. Plus, sometimes people be getting on my nerves and I just like to be by myself because I know that I ain't got to worry about anybody else's emotions.
You ain't got to worry about all that bullshit, ain't it?
People just, everybody got their own feelings, their own emotions and
But
stuff like that.
you got the same thing though.
Yeah, so I be by myself sometimes because I don't want to get on nobody else's nerves neither.
I think it's healthy to have relationships, but
It is. And I'm not saying that it's not. I'm just saying that I wouldn't call myself a loner, but I like to have my alone time. I like to have my personal space.
why do you think relationships fall apart?
Because people don't communicate properly. I
But in
feel
the
like
beginning
communication
though,
is a lot of the downfalls.
it started off so well though.
It
You always
does.
start
It does
off doing
because it's a
everything.
honeymoon. It's a honeymoon phase. Everybody is in that moment, no matter what that person does around you, it's not annoying. Now, once you start being around that person all the time, then that person starts getting annoying. You start nitpicking and seeing little things that you didn't notice before in the beginning of the relationship that's annoying. Y'all start to bicker, y'all start to fight. This person may not agree with something that you want to do or, how you're saying certain things. And it's just little arguments start to come up. And then instead of communicating about it and just having an adult conversation, people just keep, arguing and arguing. And then eventually that gets tiring and the relationship just falls apart from there.
Do you break up with that person or the person break up with you?
Um, I normally am the one that kind of steps back, or there's been times where we both decided at the same time, like, okay, let's just go our separate ways. I've never really had somebody be like, I'm done with you, blah, blah, blah. Like, we've just either came to the conclusion, like, yeah, this ain't working. Or I've been the one to be like, look, I just need some time to myself. Like I said, I'm more of like I need my space and I'm not playing about that. I like being in a relationship, but if you're not giving me my space and I feel like I cannot breathe, then I'm like, okay, I gotta remove myself from this situation because this person is not respecting that I need.
Wait. We gotta slow it down for a minute. Let's slow it down. Now, what is your definition of your space and somebody that's, you know, all up on you, ain't give you no breathing room. I want you to suffocate you. Like, I want you to give me an example.
I like for like sometimes I just literally like to just be alone. Like if we live together, then I need for you to go into another room and just chill. Do what you want to do, play the game, smoke, whatever the case may be. But literally, I just need some time to myself, and I might just be in there writing. I might be in there watching shows, something like that. I don't always want to be around somebody. The only person that I want to be around is my son. Like, and that's because that's my child. Like, he needs me for everything. He's not going to bother me, but another person, sometimes I just want to just be by myself to just think, get my mind back rolling. Let me plan stuff. Let me figure out what I got to do. And then I always got on my mind that I'm trying to reach a goal. So I'm trying to stay focused on that. So sometimes I might lose myself in a situation that I'm in. And I'm like, all right, let me take a step back. Let me get my mind right and let me focus back on my music.
Was you with somebody in a relationship during the quarantine?
Anyways, I'm not speaking on that.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you see that a lot though. You see that a lot. A lot of people need space. A lot of people are
Yeah,
like
I
that.
need space. I need space. I'm definitely that type of person. I know some people who are very clingy. I have my clingy moments, but I definitely be needing space.
Do you suffer from abandonment issues?
No, I don't think so. I don't think that's it at all. I feel like if I suffer from that, I would want to be around somebody all the time because I wouldn't want them to leave me.
Or it could be opposite. Yeah, you like, I don't want nobody around me that much. So, you know what I'm saying? They used to leave them. We can work on that end too, though.
Yeah, I mean, that's true too. It could go both ways. I don't feel like I had abandonment issues. I felt like a lot of times growing up, I had people telling me um things that I should do to be successful. Like, oh, you should sound like this, or you should sing your songs like this, you should write like this, blah blah. And it caused me to want to be more to myself, because when I was by myself, I was able to be the person that I wanted to be instead of trying to make everybody else happy. And I needed to find myself again, because I lost myself trying to make other people happy, trying to become an artist that everybody else wanted me to be, instead of just being true to myself. The moment I became true to myself, I felt like that's when I made some of the best music I've ever made.
Are you genuinely happy at this moment?
Yeah, I'm very happy. I've learned to just look at life for what it is and be grateful for the stuff that I have in my life right now, because there's a lot of people who are in way worse situations than I've ever been in. I got a roof over my head, food in my mouth, my son is healthy, I'm healthy. There's not really much I can ask for. I'm able to, chase after my dreams. Yeah, I'm not exactly where I want to be, but I'm getting there. And I know what God has in store for me. I know what's meant for me, so I'm happy.
Is love? I want to know your definition of love. Is it earned or is it given?
Hmm. I would say, I don't want to say earn, because I feel like that's something like, oh, you got to work to get it, or whatever the case may be. Um, I feel like love, I guess I would say, is given. Just because, you know, I'm trying to think of what I'm trying to say. When two people come into a relationship, and they're serious about each other, the love grows within that relationship. But I feel like the moment that y'all take that step into committing to one another, y'all already have some kind of love there. So it's, y'all are giving each other that love um, throughout that relationship. The love just goes stronger and stronger and stronger. And if it's meant to last, as long as it's supposed to, then it's just gonna keep growing. Now, if y'all decide that it doesn't work out, but y'all can still leave on peaceful terms and still have love for each other, sometimes that happens too. You create a friend because you're dealing with this person and you're around this person more than you're around your own friend. So this person is almost like your best friend. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. For me, if I didn't end on bad terms with somebody, I could still be cool with them. And why you make that face?
I'm listening. I'm listening right now. I'm listening.
I can still be cool with somebody if I didn't end on bad terms with them. Sometimes we just better off as friends. It don't gotta be no type of connection there. We just better off as friends. Like, but you know a lot about me that a lot of people don't know, because I was around you a lot.
So when you saying you having these guys as friends, you're choosing to be friends with them, or they're picking to be friends with you?
It's a mutual agreement.
No, 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 no,
It
no.
is. It is.
So you believe men and women can be platonic friends? Is what you're saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
Without having no sex,
Yes.
previous, before, or after?
What you mean?
So that means they can't have sex at all, and they just be friends only.
Yes, I legit have friends like that. I do.
Are they gay? Are they homosexual?
No. No, they're not. No, they're not. We just have an agreement. Now, I mean, they might.
No, you no, 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 no. You made that agreement though.
Well, yeah, I guess you could say that then. I did.
Exactly. So the women chooses whether they want friends or not. My point is that
Well, I mean, okay, so then why can't guys be that way?
only reason guys got friends because they ain't had sex with them yet.
But I'm saying, why can't they choose to be friends with somebody?
That don't usually happen. That never
Yeah,
happens.
exactly. Why though? That's the main thing that I'm trying to figure out. That's the number one question that is, I don't know if that's ever gonna be answered. But
Why would I
if
want
I
to be friends with
legit,
the opposite sex and not have sex with them?
what? Wait. I think for me, I get along with guys better because girls can be very catty. I have a small group of friends, and that's it. Girls can be very catty. Not all girls are like that, but it's, a lot of girls are like that. And guys view life in a different way than a female views life, because we view more things emotionally. So I feel like it's good to have a guy friend in your life, because you're able to kind of get a different visual of life or any situation that you're going through. It doesn't always have to be a relationship situation, but a guy can give you a different perspective on something, and you're like, oh dang, I didn't even really look at it like that. Versus like if you go to your homegirl, she gonna be emotional like you too. Oh fuck that, blah 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 blah, and then you're not getting the best advice ever. And I'm not saying it's always like that, but that's how I view things. That's why I can have a guy friend. I'm not trying to smash a dude that I'm cool with. I legit can look at him like my bro. I'm like, that's my bro. Like, that's just what it is. I
How
don't
many
know
guy friends
why.
you
Hmm?
get? My bad, Coach. What you were saying. Keep going.
I'm just saying, like, I don't know. I mean, I don't know why. I mean, and I'm not saying every guy's like that. I feel like there's guys out there that can do the same thing too. So
How many guy friends you get?
I don't really got a lot of guy friends. I want to say I got maybe a good like 4 or 5. Doing music and stuff like that, I make contact with a lot of guys, but it's not, I don't consider all of them my friends. I mean, some of them are just business partners. We doing music together, and then after we done with that song, we don't speak to each other again, and that's that. Or if they want me to do another song for them, then we do that too. But as far as like my homeboys, like, yeah, like I said, about like 4.
That's very interesting. I see you a model too. So that's your
I'm
part
not
time.
a model.
You're a
I'm
model?
not a model. No, I'm not. I take pictures for my music, but no, I don't pursue modeling.
Okay. How often are you in the studio?
I'm in the studio as much as I can be. These past few weeks has been, I want to say it's been like a good almost 2 weeks that I haven't been able to like lay anything down, just because I've been, getting everything together with my son, like making sure he good with school and everything like that. But like I said, I'm going to the studio tomorrow, and I'm probably gonna be in the studio damn near every day if I can.
How
I
many
just
hours?
like being, huh?
My bad. What you saying? I would say how many
I would
hours?
just, and I just like being in the I like being in the studio environment, even if I'm not laying anything down. I feel like it keeps my creative juices flowing to be around other people who are doing music too.
How many hours you in there?
If I'm recording something for myself, I'm in there all night,
So that's 24 hours.
basically. Like I will sleep at the studio if I need to.
Mm. Yeah, okay. Okay. Is your son with you, or you kind of like,
No, if I'm in the studio, I don't bring him with me. Especially if I know it's gonna be a late night session, because sometimes I'll pull up early and be there all day and then leave at night. Um, But I don't bring him with me because I don't want, when I'm in my zone, I don't need nobody. I don't need no distractions or nothing like that. And I want to make sure he's comfortable. If he hungry or anything like that, he can go get his food, and I don't have to stop my music and, try to make sure he good. So I always try to like leave him with my mom or his dad or anything like that.
why you do late night sessions or overnight sessions? Why is that? Like, it
I
help
feel
you.
like, I'm a mom at the end of the day. So a lot of my days, my mornings and days are required to making sure that my son is okay. Now, I'm not limited to that. If I have something I have to do in the morning, I can make arrangements and stuff like that to make sure he's good. But at nighttime, he's off to bed. I can call somebody over here to watch him, and I can go make my moves at night. And I know that he's already in bed, tucked away. He already done ate. He done showered, everything like that. So, it's better for me to move around at night, but I don't limit myself to that.
Right, right, right. And how many songs you knock out if you stay overnight?
I feel like I can knock out possibly like 4 to 5 songs. When I did my EP, it had 6 songs on there, and I finished because I didn't stay overnight for the EP majority of the time. But when I did, I want to say it took me about maybe 3 or 4 sessions to finish my whole EP, 6 songs. And that was not even me staying overnight because I was going to a different studio than the one that I typically go to. So I was just like paying for the hours that I needed and I was out. But you know, the only thing that I say that I struggle on when I'm in the studio and recording is getting my harmonies down packed because so certain songs you don't want to add too many harmonies, but then certain songs you need all this harmony. So it's like I battle with that, but my runs and just laying down my verses and stuff, that stuff is pretty easy.
You usually like warm up your voice or something, or have voice lessons.
I just like drink some hot tea. I put some lemon in my tea, and then I have these little cough drops that open up your chest. They call Fisherman's Friend, and I take one of those, and then I just go and lay my track down.
You be singing from your stomach, or you sing from like up here?
You sing from your diaphragm. You always sing from your diaphragm. If you sing it from up here, you're not doing it right.
So I know a little something about music, and you got to sing from down here. You got to
Mm-hmm.
sing from right there in that
Come
belly.
from, yep, you gotta come from there. If you're not, and that's how I know when I'm not hitting my notes right. If I'm tired and I'm just like, whatever, and I'm not singing properly, I can hear it, and I'm like, oh nah, like Kayla, get it together, because you need to be singing from your diaphragm, like.
And you wasting money. Being time is limited.
Definitely.
So do you work at 9 to 5?
Currently I do not because of COVID. I've been having to stay home and make sure that my son is doing online school. But also I've been making money off of my music too. So it's not, a bad thing either. I, get booked for features and, just the little bit of money that I'm making off of streams and stuff like that too. So this is my career. This is something that I want to just eventually just make me money off of it for the rest of my life.
And what is your feature price? You know what I'm saying?
I start off at 350. I don't start off too high just because I'm still working to become the person that I want to be. So
That's the quarantine deal? God damn.
no, I'm willing to work with people. If you come to me correct. If you asking me to do a feature and you don't have your money ready, then you don't need to be asking me at all. Like I'm the same way because I'm not looking to get handouts. I'm not looking to get free features from nobody. So if I want to feature for somebody, I'm gonna make sure I got my money ready first before I even hit you up. It's just a respect thing because they're putting in their, craft and making sure that they laying down this verse for you. They got to pay for the studio time, wherever they recording at, wherever the case may be. So I just need for people to have the same respect for me too. I'm willing to do features for anybody, but just make sure you come correct.
Yeah, yeah.
And I'm not a mean person. I'm not like, no, no, no. Like, no, if you say, well, I don't got 350 right now, but I'm working with this and it's not nothing crazy like $5 or something, then yeah, I'm gonna work with you because you came to me, correct. You wasn't trying to come to me and be like, well, I ain't got it right now, but the moment I do, I will. Like, no, come to me correct. That's all I ask.
What's the lowest you'll do it for?
I mean, it's a negotiable thing. I don't really set a low price. It's just whatever we work on or whatever we talk about. That's, whatever I agree to. And it
That's
also
it.
depends on, if I am gonna negotiate with somebody, then this song need to be fired.
Mm-hmm. Are you really honest with people when you're working with them? You like, yo, this right here ain't it, or
I mean,
this.
I don't try to be rude because somebody, whoever, whenever somebody lay down a song, whether it's trash or not, they passionate about that. They took their time. So I'm not gonna be rude to you, but if somebody is like, what you think about this, I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be like, maybe you could add this, maybe you could add that, or you could come harder than that. I would want somebody to be honest with me.
So who's being honest with you? Like, who's your co-executive producer tell you like, yo, this right here sounds trash? Or you need to do your harmonies like that. You need to sing higher, a little lower, stuff like that. You coming in too flat. Like, who
I
is
mean, I
helping
got a team. I got a team of people, anyways, that I'm working with right now, like my managers and everything. Like, they look out for me if they in the studio and they like, oh, you could do this better. Even, not even just with my music, but just my image and all that stuff, the way my social media is laid out, everything like that. Like, I have people that are around me that are not yes men. They're going to tell me like, no, you need to do this better. You need to do that better. And I'm learning every day too. But it's a team thing. It's not just one specific person. It's a team of people that, are helping me.
How many people you got on your team?
I mean, right now, my team, as far as the people that I'm like working with, I want to say it's about like 3 right now, but I have also like my family and my friends who go hard for me too. So I consider them a part of my team as well.
Mm, that's good. That's good. That's good. And do you run your own social media account or somebody else run it?
Right now, management.
Wow. You making a lot of money, man. You got somebody to manage your own social media account. You getting that blue cheese right there, that blue cheese.
Nah, I mean, when somebody believes in you, things like that.
When people say they got an image, what is your image? What image are you trying to portray to the public?
I mean, I'm just being me. So my image, I guess, I'm just
Good girl image.
and not even a good girl because I'm not perfect. I fuck up. I have my fuck ups, and
Everybody does.
yeah, and I feel like you could. I feel like you can see that in my music. My music is not no Taylor Swift type shit. I got music that you can listen to, and it talks about love, and then I got music that can be a little bit raunchy, and that's how I am as a person. I'm, a nice happy-go-lucky type person, but I have my moments and I have certain things about myself that I could work on too. So I want people to just see me for me because I don't want somebody to see a fake facade about me and then when they meet me in real life, they like, oh damn, like, she not the way that she portrays herself to be. No, I am who I am, and either y'all gonna like it or y'all not. Somebody gonna relate to me.
How much money you making on streams? What them stream numbers looking like?
I ain't speaking on my bank account.
Mm. What's your thoughts on the Gorilla Glue girl? She had Gorilla Glue in her hair. She went viral for that shit. She got over $15,000 GoFundMe page. Celebrities like QC and all of them are donating money and shit.
Yeah. Um, So at first I was feeling bad for her because I was like, dang, maybe she made a mistake. And, I'm a female and I use fucking got to be glue spray. I'm like, shit. Now me, if I ran out of hairspray, then I just fucking ran out of hairspray. But, she might have been in a rush. I'm like, she might have went to somebody else's drawer. Maybe she got roommates. I'm making up all these excuses for her. Then I see her on an interview talking about that she did grab it. Like she knew what it was and she thought she could just wash it out. So I'm like, bro, I've been feeling bad for her for what? Like she legit did this to herself. Like, so but she seemed like she a nice person. I don't know her, but she seemed like she got a nice personality, I guess.
Are you gonna donate her some money?
No. Are you gonna donate some money to her?
Also,
Did already.
also as well,
You donated already.
I'm donating prayers and hope. Prayers and hope.
Yep. That's me too.
Somebody else frugal as well, I see. I just seen something in Dallas. A woman was working 2 jobs and she got child protective services to take her kids, and she's been arrested because she didn't have nobody to watch her kids at a hotel, and she had somebody to check on them, and the cops found out. She had somebody check on her kids every hour, and the cops found out, and they got big artists sending her money, like I think Lil Baby and other artists sending her money or whatever to go fund her page.
I never heard about that.
Yeah, that happened in Dallas.
Dang.
What's your thoughts on that? A woman working 2 jobs, no babysitting, and all that.
It's hard. It's hard when you got a kid. When you got one, I only got one, but she had 2. That's hard. That's hard. And all you want to do is provide for them. So
I think that song by Baby Mama by Fantasia probably like hit different now for women since you older now. I'm assuming.
yeah,
It's more relatable to you.
yeah. When I was younger, of course, I was like, I ain't had no kid. I'm like, whatever. Like, I don't know what she's talking about. I just liked her vocals on it. But now being a mom, I'm like, yeah, like,
Like,
hard. It's hard already to try to um go for what I'm trying to, go for as far as my career. But adding a child to it makes it even harder, but it also makes you more motivated because you want to make sure that you provide the best life for them. So you're not gonna tolerate no bullshit or nothing because you know that it's all or nothing at this point.
So you feel like that's you having your son now is like really putting that battery in your back to really, really grind hard for your music.
Definitely, definitely.
So you look at it for inspiration now. Like, you
Yes,
got your motivation right there.
yes,
That's
yes.
it. How old your son is?
5.
Okay, okay, okay. You see this a lot though. A lot of people keep saying like music is the wave. Everybody want to be an artist nowadays, or in the entertainment business. They feel like that's the new wave or whatever because of social media. Do you feel like it's a time for people really should give up on music? At what age you think somebody be like, you know what, this shit ain't for me. You need to stop. Or like,
I don't put an age limit to it. I don't put an age limit to it. If this is something that you're passionate about, yeah, you may not blow up, but don't ever give up on something like just because of age. Because there's a lot of artists out here that you would think are young and they really not. But they didn't give up on their dreams. They chased after their dreams. You know what I mean? And like I said, you don't always have to be successful in it. Some people just love to sing just because. Some people love to rap just because. They might be a local celebrity at in their hometown, and they can be satisfied with that. That doesn't mean that when they get older they need to give it up. This might be something that they want to just do. You only get one life, so do what makes you happy. Don't worry about what other people are saying or thinking. Like, if you continue to live for other people, you never gonna be happy with yourself because you're living for other people.
are you signed to a label?
No, I'm not signed right now.
Has any label reached out to you?
Yeah, I had a few, but I'm not gonna jump on something just because it's thrown my way. I want to make sure that I'm taking the right offer.
What was the label that reached out to you?
I can't disclose that right now.
You don't want to give me no tea, bro.
No, I'm not giving you no tea.
You don't give me no tea. You don't like me much, people. If you don't like me, y'all. Has any rappers reached out to you? Celebrity rappers.
Yeah.
Who's the rappers?
I mean, one was Joyner Lucas.
What
I've
are you
spoke
talking
on him
about?
before though. I mean, he heard my music and he said he liked it a lot. He started following me and stuff like that was a big thing for me because um I had just started doing like my music on my own. I was working with some people and then I fell out with them, so I was just like doing everything on my own. I had started from scratch. And it was actually when I had recorded Worst Way, and I didn't think Worst Way was going to get the attention that it did because I was like, dang, I did this all on my own. Like, I kind of just doubted myself. So I was like, I'm going to release this, but I don't know what traction it's going to bring. And then I ended up getting a message from him, and he was like, your voice is fire, like your writing skills, everything. He's like, I'm a fan. I'm like, you a fan? Like, what? I was shocked, but
Any
it
music
also,
happen?
hmm?
My bad, what you were saying? Yeah.
No, I was just saying it just lit a fire under me even more.
Y'all gonna do some music or it's just
In the future, yeah.
that what he said?
Yeah, we
You got
talking.
his number?
No, I'm not telling you nothing else. I can't speak on nothing else. I'm not gonna speak on stuff like that either because I don't wanna have too many people in my business about stuff that's gonna happen in the future. I kinda just want it to be a surprise. If something gonna happen, it's gonna happen.
Just manifest.
Manifest it.
All right, B Simone.
I love her.
I bet you do. Y'all part of that feminist movement, so yeah.
You don't like that.
Y'all part of that new feminist movement. Oh my goodness. What are the celebrities that was in your DMs? Business
I'm not
purposes.
speaking on that. So I don't
Business
know what
purposes.
type of tea you trying to get from me, but that's not happening.
So only Jonah Lucas.
That's the only person I'm speaking on, yeah.
Okay. Mm, that's all right. That's straight right there. That's good. That's good. Hey man, listen, well, I appreciate having you on the platform.
Thank you so much for having me.
Why you didn't have no features on your personal
I
space?
didn't want I didn't want to. I
You
wanted
wanted
it to be about me.
you wanted the Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah.
Listen, man, I appreciate having you on the platform.
Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate being on here.
Got any shout outs, anything, any new music projects coming out soon?
Yeah, I definitely got some new music coming soon. Make sure y'all check that out. Y'all know where to follow me, Kayla Tiffany Music, on all platforms. I want to shout out everybody on my team that's been working with me, keeping me focused. Y'all know who y'all are. I love y'all and I appreciate y'all. And yeah, y'all
Did any
be
rapper try to fly you out?
bye.
Yeah.